Okay, so.
What's that?
I'm live.
Oh, sorry.
So, let's see about getting set up here as best as we can. Harold's getting situated in his new home. I could not find the webcam yet to see about hooking that up for a fish camera. We think it might be in a box in the shed, because Russell didn't come across it either when he was looking for something else. And we haven't had the chance to really dig through the shed yet, because it's packed with a bunch of stuff. So eventually, excuse me, eventually we'll get around to it. But Harold is settling in. There is a photo of Harold on Twitter. I ended up getting a half moon beta instead of the butterfly one, because the butterfly one, they didn't have the same one that I had originally wanted, but he's pretty good too. So, and he actually looked better at PetSmart than some of the ones at Petco this time, which was a little surprising. Usually that's the other way around. Alright, so we're just gonna get ready to go here. So, we're following Season 3, The Joy of Painting, Episode 5, Distant Hills. And we are on a time limit today, so it's not going to be a terribly long stream, because husband is supposed to have RimWorld tonight. At least for a little bit. So when we last left off, we were trying to get in our cloudy shapes here. As best as we can. So we will see how that goes on this side. So we can get things going. That's actually not too bad. Well, I mean, we do have a thinner spot there in the middle, but it's not too bad. We can cover that up too. It's not a huge deal. Alright. So, next bit of floof. I'm just kind of trying to put it together in a circular motion. You alright?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
My aunt got for Tessa some actual fresh food mix that Tessa just did not like and Zuzu was interested in. So I looked at it, it's literally just food that's been put in a bag.
Some of that stuff gets recalled so much for salmonella and E. coli, though. I'd really rather not.
It's in the fridge for now. We'll just
with doggy that has tummy problems.
Yeah, well, it's in the fridge for now, and then we'll just say they didn't like it and toss it. How's your fish?
Fish is fishing.
Fish is fishing?
Fish
he's
is
up by the heater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fish is fishing. Yeah, I don't want to mess with the doggy's diet that has tummy problems. Or is prone to them. any more than absolutely necessary. Alright. So, this guy's gonna kinda come down this way. Or, you know, we can really just do whatever with this guy. Because we're gonna bring up that other pink color on top of it and overlap it a bit. Traffic's gonna be a little bit louder. I do have the window open. It's kind of like a spring day. It's a little chilly, but the sun's kind of beating on this side of the house, so it was a little warm in here. So we thought we would take advantage while we could. And we'll get this all worked into there. Yeah, so Harold is settling in. He's hanging out by the heater at the moment. Temperature's kind of going up slowly. Tank's starting to clear up a little bit. We rinsed everything real good, but it's still got a little cloudy. But it's not too bad. Now we'll see how the plants do in there with the light that came in the little tank. They had a tank kit that was on sale that had everything because we were trying to piecemeal it together on Amazon last night, and I took one last look at PetSmart. I'm like, wait, what is this? $55 kit tank on, or tank kit on sale for $35. Has the heater, the filter. Just didn't come with gravel or substrate, and we were originally talking about getting a fake plant, but then this filter came with ceramic rings to help with the bacteria, or the good bacteria in the tank. So then Russell's like, well, maybe we should get a live plant. And I was looking at the smaller heighted ones, and he's like, those look really small. And I was like, well, the only other ones are these ones, and these are $10. And he's like, fuck it, we'll get that one. And they're a little tall, so there's some tips kind of hanging out of the water a little bit, but hoping that that'll be okay. We kind of planted them in shot glasses with some that we picked up at a Dollar Tree with some gravel holding them in. We ended up picking up some rocks from Lowe's. It was cheaper to buy a bag of gravel, natural river rocks at Lowe's than it was to buy the aquarium stuff at PetSmart. We looked at Dollar Tree real quick, which is where we got the shot glasses from, to put the plant in. And they had some white rocks, but for the amount that we were going to need, it was still going to be cheaper to just get the huge ass bag from Lowe's for $5. And we had a divot forming between our mailbox, between the edge of the road next to our mailbox and the road itself. So the extra we just threw into the large divot that was forming from the mail person constantly driving slightly off the edge of the pavement, and creating this deeper and deeper rut. Don't know how long the gravel will stay there with the weather, but we'll see. Alright, so get this one worked into here. Hopefully my tapping doesn't upset him too much. Got the pad to flatten out a little bit. I sat on it for a while last night while I was cleaning. But he's chilling. He's got a lot more room than he did in his little plastic cup. We ended up getting, it's a tiny 3-gallon tank. But it fits the spot that I have fairly well. And he's just kind of chilling. The mother-in-law and her sister have parked the RV in the yard, so the window's open if you hear yelling and carrying on. I apologize. They're not exactly quiet people. And tend to be a little loud at times. But there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. We've tried. And I don't think they realize how much their voices carry either. And we had a little fishy ornament from one of our other older beta tanks that we sanitized in boiling water before adding it to this one. It looks huge in there. It looked pretty small when I had it in my hand, but let's see. We're going getting this guy all tapped into here. Alright, so I hope everybody's day is going well. Loud car, sorry. Gonna be another loud vehicle day. As it tends to be. around here. It wasn't quite thick enough for me. I wanted that to be a little bit thicker. Bob's clouds in this section are a little bit more solid. So that's what we'll do. Just kind of get a little bit of a circular motion to them before we start plopping them down. And reattaching them. Okay. I mean, this will be a little bit covered, but not much, so that's why I'm just making sure that we've got this solid enough. Like, it can be thin in a couple spots. Just didn't want the whole entirety of it to be too thin. My goodness, that's traffic. Yeah, so husband's supposed to try to do RimWorld tonight. We will see how that ends up going, or if he's able to. Didn't seem like they were planning on cutting my dad loose today. He's still a little fuzzy, and now they're worried about his low blood pressure. So we'll see what happens there. A little thin in that spot, but let's see. Might only need a little bit more in that particular section. You might also hear some thumping and banging in the background. They're still working on rebuilding a house around the corner from us, and the hammering is echoing off the buildings all around us. So So nothing I can do about that either. Sorry. Not a whole lot I can do with that. He'd just be chilling up by the heater. I don't think the water temperature has fully equalized yet through the whole thing, but he was swimming around in another part, and the water in his cup had to be a little chilly because, you know, they were just in cups of water. Didn't feel that warm. When I was in the pet store holding the container. I mean, hell, I had one beta one time. It was a very loud vehicle. Hey, Zorts. Thanks for the resub. Appreciate that. Yeah, I had a beta one time for over a year, maybe 2 years, in a vase with a plant when that was all the rage. And that didn't have a heater, and he did all right. Okay, we got my beta. Got him all set up. And if it was like other fish, I would just, you know, I would let the tank cycle before throwing him in there, but he was literally in a cup of water. So, I mean, he wasn't like in a filtered tank situation, so he was in like a little tiny cup of water, so it's fine. I think he'll be okay. But, no, we're alright. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I couldn't sleep last night. I was working on post guides. I was working on guides for Lita for step-by-step for how I do things. Because this weekend when, I didn't know what was going on with my dad, I'm like, yeah, I'm not available this weekend. I'm sorry. And, she's like, that's fine. We'll figure it out. And, came to the realization that she didn't remember or was never shown how to do all of it. So I'm in the middle of making guides for all of the things that I do for the show. And with pictures. So that's a project and a half. She was trying to figure out if there was anybody I could teach to do it. Russell was like, well, I mean, I can do it if the weeks that you're not able to. And I'm like, I don't want to put that on you because that's a lot. And usually if I'm not available, then you're probably not available either. But, you know. Working on that and just wasn't tired last night. And then I don't think I fell asleep till like 6:30. Woke up, I think, when Russell came in to get dressed to take my mom to the doctor's, and then I fell back asleep, and then I woke up to the phone ringing, and it kept ringing, and I guess I was just so tired. I'm like, look, telemarketer, no. Just no. And I just could not drag my ass out of bed, and I fell back asleep, and only later when I was getting up I was like, oh shit, I wonder if it was the hospital calling. I was like, I hope it wasn't the hospital themselves. Like, I hope it was just my dad. And I told my mom, I said, you might want to call him when they got back. And she's like, I told him I had a doctor's appointment. And apparently on, like, the 6th call, he finally remembered that she had a doctor's appointment. Oh my god. Like I said, the mother-in-law and her sister can be very loud. And I have the window open. I may have to shut the window. How are you? Are you okay? Are you better than me? I hope you're better than me. I have a picture of Harold on Twitter. Because we can't find the other web camera yet. It might be in the shed. Maybe. But we're not sure yet. Feeling very meh today about debating on whether or not to go to work. I mean, it's up to you if you can afford the points or the hit and pay for not going, or guess that depends on how much of a problem it's going to be if you don't go. Tell you, I could use a fucking nap, but I think I've got too much caffeine in me now. We didn't get home until almost 2. We left here at like 10:30. Because we had to stop at Dollar Tree, and then we had to stop at Lowe's, and then we stopped to see my dad for a minute, and I gave him part of my one donut. Told him he needs to fucking behave and not give anybody a hard time. And if they end up calling us saying he's giving them a hard time, I said, I don't want to have to come back up here and yell at you. And then we went to PetSmart, and I was looking at what ended up becoming Harold, and I almost got him then, and then Russ was like, well, we'll go over to Petco and we'll see if they have the fish that you want there. That you had originally wanted. And I'm like, yeah, but we've traveled. He goes, it's not that far. And then we went over there, and this week the fish didn't look that good at Petco, so we ended up going back to PetSmart and grabbing Harold there. Harold's kind of like a turquoisey aqua with body with reddish fins. I have this little piece of stuff here. Alright. We will tap you into here. And now we're home now. But Harold's my Valentine's Day present. Although technically I am paying for most of him. But Russell's paying for the fish. I'm paying for the tank, so. I believe I paid for the kit and the bag of rocks that we got. I think he paid for the other stuff, or he will be paying for the other stuff. Alright, so let's tuck our weight back into that bag. I did have to clean last night too, which was interesting. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. It's a 3-gallon tank. There's not really that many places for him to go. And yet I panic. I'm like, oh, where's the fish? He couldn't have jumped out. It's a flat top. We had to make sure that the tank had a lid because of the cats. I see so many fish tank kits that don't have hoods, and I'm like, why? Why do these not have hoods on them? Why is it just an open top? Fish can jump out, things can fall in, cats can stick their feet. Cow was trying to run away with everything earlier. He's obsessed with like wrappings around stuff now, so anything that's plastic and crinkly, he's like, mine, and he bolts. Okay. So we're gonna start to fill this in here. You might have to make up your mind soon, though. So I just noticed what time it was. I don't know how soon before your shift you have to call out if you're gonna, barring an emergency. At Walmart, we had to call out 2 hours before the start of our shift. Alright, so we might bring might need another piece of white here. Wasn't expecting that large of a spot to open up in there. Let's see here. Yeah, let me grab another little piece of white. Oh, we finally decided to come out of the corner. It would seem. God, there was so many dust bunnies when I was cleaning my desk last night. I didn't even do like a full deep clean. I cleaned like 1/2 of it. And then I had to clean the drawers in my desk to make room to put the stuff that was sitting on the printer shelf for where the tank ended up going. Russell has the printer, and it's a laser printer, so I don't really need to print stuff that often. So we can use the printer shelf for other things. Tank's clearing up a bit. Temperature does look like it is slowly increasing. Ever so slowly. But now I have a desk buddy, aside from my stuffed animals. Well, the stuffed animals had to move. They went to the top of my art tower. And hopefully Cal doesn't run away with them. PetSmart did have a little flamingo statue that I almost got, but we ended up getting the live plants instead, since we already had the little pagoda guy. We might get 1 or 2, well, maybe 1 ghost shrimp in a couple of weeks. We looked today, they actually didn't have any, but I was curious to see how much they were. But we were going to have to wait anyhow on that. Oh goodness, I moved stuff under my desk and now I can't stretch my legs out. because I forgot to move something back. Damn it. Alright. So, let's see here about getting this other color of pink worked in here. No, we're probably not going to have it completely matched up to our drawn on pen lines, and that's fine. It's just kind of a suggestion, and the pen lines will eventually get covered up one way or another. So that's not so bad. More loud vehicles. All right. Oh, shit. I'm tired. Sorry. Like I said, Russell had gotten the email that our order for the tank was ready to get picked up. And, I was kind of, he's like, well, do you want to go now? And I'm like, well, he's like, we can go a little bit later. And I'm like, yeah, I'd really rather go back to sleep, but, I've got a stream later, and so do you. He goes, oh yeah, I forgot. And, I was like, if we're gonna go, we kind of have to go now. So it is a very, well, it's not that much different than the upper color, I suppose, but it is a little bit darker. Like that rose color that we put in has a bit of a grayish tone. I almost want to call it a dirty rose, because it kind of has this like grayish dirty feel to it. It's just the shade of the color, it's just got gray tones to it. I need to find the fish food. I think I put it on the table next to the bed when we walked in, because we didn't get a bag at PetSmart. Didn't see much point. I kind of just walked in and started setting stuff down. Then I had to go and do something else right away, so... Oh yeah, it was dogs. Dogs wanted to go potty. And then Zuzu faked me out and wouldn't listen. Oh, I sound so nasally. I think I'm just that stuffy. People have been running their wood stoves and fireplaces pretty constantly lately. Yeah, it was a little chilly last night. It's supposed to rain either tonight or tomorrow morning, something along those lines. So we're gonna have another color that's coming in over this, that's gonna overlap up over this cloud edge. So that's why I'm not being too careful on the cloud edge. Actually thinking as to whether or not I need to be a little more careful on that. But maybe not. We might be all right there. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to get this pink filled in here, where we can. And we'll go from there. And you all are loud out there.
Well, my apologies. They're loud people.
So what was the matter?
Nothing. I just had to help put the tarp over their RV until they can get around to caulking it.
Why didn't they just buy caulk?
Because they still have to have time for it to dry, and I don't think they have enough time. Fish.
Yes.
That, and apparently the person who owns the bamboo back there apparently culled it. They cut it down some of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I might go check out what the leftovers.
Where did they cull? Like, where did they throw the...
It's just sitting there in a pile right now.
Oh.
So I might go check that out.
Well,
Get some bamboo for the crabs. Because my mom knows them, and apparently they ain't going to give a damn.
Well, here, you can plant it in that.
Oh, yeah, I could, actually. That's a good idea. Yeah, I might do that tonight. I gotta figure out food.
Well, why don't you go do it now while you can see, so that way your mom's awake, and if there's a problem, be like, well, you cut it down, I didn't think you wanted it anymore.
I suppose. Right.
Although that might be all dead that they cut down.
Well, I might go cut it straight.
There's like a lot behind us that's sort of a driveway to another property, but also has a parking lot space, but it used to be a different building. And oh, Zort says hi.
Hi, Zorts.
It's getting chilly already. It did not stay warm very long. It was never really warm though today. It's been one of those days where a t-shirt is chilly, but oh shit, I left my coat in the car. A t-shirt is chilly, but I had like a sweater, like a sweater overshirt, and that was too hot. It's been a very strange temperature day. Fish is still checking out his digs. I had some seashells from a basket of mixed ones I got when we were in Florida, and I'm like, hey, we can rinse some of these shells out and throw them in there. So we threw a couple in. It looks like. I had a bigger one we were thinking about putting in there to use for the fishy shelter, but then I was afraid he was gonna get stuck in it. But I guess we'll see what happens, as always. This is blush pink from Paintbox. I don't know if he's hungry or not. I didn't see any uneaten food in his container, so I actually don't know if they were feeding him. Or when the last time he was fed. Or he actually ate it. But he's probably almost due for something. That quick, I'm like, I thought he said he was going to get food. Why don't I hear him moving around? That quick, I forgot that he was gonna... I sent him to just go get the bamboo now. Well, it's gonna be in the tank, so... I was gonna say, wait, the lucky bamboo is toxic to the cats. So we can't have that, and I think that's also toxic to the crabs. I don't know if this bamboo is okay. It might be. We don't know what species it is. It might just be something specific about the lucky bamboo. Now, I could have put a lucky bamboo plant in with the beta, but I had to worry about the cats. I saw one person use basil sticking out of their... Not basil, apothos. Sticking out of their filter. So they didn't have to change the filter as much to help put some... something in the water or deal with something in the water, help clean the water better. And the plant was growing like gangbusters. And Russell's like, I don't know about that. He's like, isn't that gonna like make the filter stop working eventually if the roots get tangled up in it? And I'm like, I don't know. Do they trim the roots? Like, I'm confused. But the type of plant they were using is toxic to cats. Basil is safe around cats, so I was thinking, well, if we go that route, we could go basil, but we're already going to be planting some basil for the hermit crabs. Because they can have all kinds of herbs and stuff. When we were at Dollar Tree, picking up these... Well, when we went to look for the rocks at Dollar Tree to see what they had, we found seeds that were on sale for $1.25 or 4 for $1 or something. Because I know Dollar Tree's changed their prices to $1.25 now. Which I'm actually astonished they lasted as long as they did at $1. But, yeah, what the hell did he get? I think he got oregano, basil, parsley. The hell was the other thing? Maybe thyme? Maybe thyme. Okay, so we've got a little bit of... some weird overlapping in there. So I'm just gonna fill that in. I still have Christmas yarn to finish fluffing. I'm getting there with it. I am making progress. But right now I want to get these guides done. I've like barely scratched the surface for what needs to be done for the podcast. I'm trying to make it as user-friendly and super hold your hand and this is what this should look like when you're doing this as possible. Not knowing who else might get tasked with helping in case I am really not available. And can't even be asked, what the fuck am I doing? So, I'm gonna try to eliminate any room for error. Which there is a lot of. There's many variables that could come into play with the blog post stuff, especially if Twitch dropped or Lito's internet dropped and it broke the live podcast into 2 separate VODs or more. Then things start to get a little tricky. So it's a little bit easier if it's audio only. Brush all that down there. Alright, so like I said, we're gonna have our little shrubby guys or tree line or whatever the hell it is sticking up through there. Alright. So let's get this one worked into here. Now I may need to pull out our sketch to just kind of double check where we are. As soon as I get this pink filled in this section, we will more than likely need to double check our tutorial just to make sure that we are still moving in the semi-right direction. So this was supposed to be like a foggy cloud bank around in there, but I need to see how the trees are set up around it before we get too gung-ho there. want to get too carried away. Alrighty. So there's that. Alright, so this is gonna come around and go around into there. I think I will advance it just a little bit. Just to make sure. Yeah, I know I missed that little corner nugget there. Need to come back in and add that guy. Oh. It's nice to see some new colors getting on this mat though. I know it's weird, but it feels nice. Okay. Now, let's see, let's come over to our tutorial. Couldn't find my mouse. I was suddenly slightly concerned. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so we've got tree line up in here, and then he kind of creates like pockety things. So this is what is this though? So this is gonna be, this is pink up in here. We might adjust that a little bit. Okay, so he brings another set of cloud. That might be what this is. As I'm watching here. Alright, and then alright, well, what's happening on the other side here, Bob? Get back to the other side, Bob. Get back to the other side, Bob. Alright. Okay, so there's this little guy in the middle, and then this starts coming in. No, no ad. I need to see the things. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got this. I'm confused on my lines here. I think I kind of fucked up putting them in, honestly, but that's okay. That is A-okay. This kind of feels like it's the top of this. Okay, so yeah, he is working down on this one. Okay. Okay. Now, is that toxic to the cats?
It shouldn't be.
Because the lucky bamboo is.
Yeah, no, it's different species.
Okay. Whoa, whoa, Bob. Whoa. Getting carried away on me now. Alright. So, we might have to go off my sketch, because my sketch, I did something a little different. Okay. Okay, so this is supposed to be like cloudy stuff. This was supposed to be pinky stuff. This is supposed to be cloudy stuff. Okay. Just re-getting our bearings here. Or trying to, at least. Hell? I swear I just heard a child yell, "I'm a chicken." And I'm not sure if I heard that right. I mean, I guess they're walking home from school. I think school gets out around 3 here. I know the school bus stops next door a lot of the time at like 3:30. This I do know. Alright, I know it got warm enough to wake up the bees. Oh my, they were swarming our recycling buckets. I'm kind of glad I got it all out last night. I really didn't want to be fucking around with it and in the rain and shit later. I'm not even sure what time it's supposed to start raining. I just know it's going to. Alrighty. Work on getting this tapped into here. Oh, why are we being so loud right outside the window? Why do I hear people yelling and running and not seeing anyone? What was with the running?
Running?
I heard kids and running.
I imagine it was the neighbor kids. They tend to do that.
Like, it almost sounded like they ran into the backyard or something.
They might have. I know they like to shortcut along the fence from the other road. Fish.
Yes. Can you shut that window?
Yeah.
Temperature's up to 70 now, so the heater's doing something.
Okay.
It's doing something in there. Is it doing a good something or a bad something? I don't know. find out, I guess. Alright. I just don't know if I'm a fan of this one so far. I'm just, This is not one of the color palettes that he's done that I'm extra enthused about. But, you know, we'll see, we'll see. The next one's a covered bridge. And I'm not sure what is the one after that? Hold on, let me see. Let's just look. Alright, we did Winter Night. This is Distant Hills. Covered bridge and Quiet Inlet. We might do another planning stream when we're done this one and look ahead at the next couple and work out our colors and ideas for how we want to go. And just kind of take it from there. Kind of sort of thing. Stuff just feels like cotton candy. Less sticky, but it definitely has that like cotton candy airy fluffiness without the sticky. Okay. Okay. It is neighbor kids fucking around. Alright, well now we know what that is. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't, you know, just random kids running around. Because the sister's, the mother-in-law's sister has a big dog. And I don't always believe her when she says she's gonna take him out on the leash. Because there were other times where they didn't have the leash with them and they're just like, okay, just go potty. I'm like, what are you doing on the busy road? Like, oh, that dog's fine. I'm like, no, the dog's not fine. We can lend you a leash, for fuck's sake. We have 2. We actually have 4 because we have 2 6-foot-long leashes that we bought specifically for when we went to Florida so that they could have a little bit more length on them if we went somewhere that they could explore a little bit. But the little clip was really heavy on their harnesses, like it really weighted the leash down for their size, so we didn't end up using it that much. We use it here more to loop into their regular leashes to just kind of give them an extension and wrap that around the chair when we're outside to let them have a little bit of tethered wandering while we're sitting there. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck time it is. Alright, so this section is pink. This is pink. We're gonna have another section-y poo. Right over in here. Well, I mean, it's gonna like come down to here, and then we're gonna add a little bit more of this. I swear I feel like I've bent this needle. Nowhere near as badly as the last one, but at times I feel like I'm seeing a slight curve, but it's ever so slight, so it might just be me. It might just be me. Entirely possible. Husband's come back with his prized bamboo and is now foraging in the kitchen. Hopefully he's not making me a huge mess. Hopefully. There weren't too many dishes out there when we got home, when I was out there looking at something, so I was like, yay, this is good. But my mom had breakfast out this morning, which is probably the real reason why there wasn't too many dishes. Oh, it's a truck. I heard this weird noise. I'm like, don't tell me the fish filter is malfunctioning already. For I am not going to be very happy. But it was a diesel truck waiting to turn at the corner. I was gonna say, fish be fishing. Just swimming around going blub blub blub. Investigating his digs. There's much more to look at than in his tiny little cup. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Get the next bit ready. Yeah, I must say my confidence level is much lower on this one. Much, much lower. All of the loud trucks today. That, I think, was a tractor trailer. At least the chicken trucks don't go by anymore. They're using the bypass now. Although that could have been a trash truck. now that I think about it. It is trash day. But there's a lot of chicken farms down here in the immediate area. In our town and the next town over. And Tyson has several processing plants. So it's not just egg chicken farms, it's fried chicken farms, so to speak. So they load them into tractor trailers and cages to ship them to be processed. And whenever they'd go by the house, it would just be like feathers, just a trail of feathers flying. Those were some stinky trucks. With those live birds in them. I haven't seen any recently, but then again, we really haven't, I guess, been up in Fayetteville at a time when they've been going by. Because we can't see the town bypass from here. We can hear the cars out on it at night. But we can't actually see it from here. The way sound travels out here at night, it's kind of creepy. I will say. Kind of looks hungry. I'm just kind of making sure that I do get this section filled in. We're gonna have that other color coming back over, but I don't know where the breaks will be in it, so if we'll have any. Can you hand me that fish food?
Yeah, why?
Because he hasn't been fed yet.
Where is it at?
It's next to the bed.
Oh, okay.
Someone knocked the hotspot spray off the table, too. I saw that on the floor earlier. I just didn't get the chance to pick it up yet. And he's kind of like looking at the ground like he's looking for foodie doos.
So what's our signal going to be for food time?
What do you mean?
Well, okay. We should probably train it that a certain stimulus means food.
Okay.
Do we want to tap twice on the hood or something?
I mean, we can.
Okay.
Do I need to move?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can move. So how much did you put in there?
I just put 2 pellets in for now.
Okay, I don't even know how long they're gonna float. Hopefully he sees them.
Yep.
I mean, do they give off a smell? Will he smell them?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how fish determine what food they're eating.
Ooh, they're in the house.
Oh, they're in it?
I see an eyeball.
Oh, okay. I thought they were chilling behind it. Okay, so they will sleep in the house.
He just went. He was behind it. But I see an eyeball in there right now. Peeking out at me.
Well, again, it might take a day or two before they're settled enough to really think, but... Once they start eating, we might also be able to teach them to follow our finger.
Maybe.
So that's what mine used to do.
I don't know if he's smelling the inside of that or what. Can fish smell? We just discussed this. We don't know. Chat, do you know, can betta fish smell? Do they have a sense of smell? I guess is what I should say. You're not stuck in there, are you?
I highly doubt it. Worst case, they should be able to back out of anything they push into.
Alright, so get this kind of in here. The filter pushed them down. Well, that's a pretty strong filter flow.
They may have also gotten waterlogged enough to sink.
I saw the filter physically shove it across the tank. I wonder if we're gonna have to put a like some kind of buffer bar in there. Although he seemed to swim around okay. Alright. Let's get that resituated there. You're not trying to go under that, are you? Because it's not sitting flush. I wonder if we're going to have to swap that for the shell.
Wow, what's wrong with the shells?
No, I'm wondering if we're going to have to swap this thing for the shell.
What thing?
The pagoda.
We'll find out. Why, is he still in there, or?
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to go under it.
Might just be exploring.
Because there's a hole in the bottom. It doesn't sit flush. And I don't know how much of a problem that's going to be. Okay, so if this is... Hang on, I got lost again. So this is cloud. Up and through here. This is coming down and through here, so that means this is... Okay, so... Okay, okay, so this we're gonna kind of fill in through here. I didn't quite convey this part of my sketch very well. I somehow kind of just was like, meh. And now that I'm looking back at Bob's, I'm like, Harold? Harold still hasn't come out. And now I don't even see him in the little pagoda. But he has to be in there somewhere. Oh, I never did get the chance to check. I didn't see anything sitting out on the table. I didn't get the chance to check under the fish tank to see if we still had the barrel, though. Now, what's outside? Just the castle?
What was that, dear?
What's outside? Just the castle?
Oh, outside there might be like a cave that's a little bit wider. I'll try to find it a little bit.
Because there wasn't anything on the porch. If it's anything, it's out back on that table.
Okay, I thought it was on the porch. So.
No, unless you took it for the hermit crabs.
No.
And I didn't know if the barrel was in fact under the crab tank because I haven't had the chance to look. And I don't know why Momo's growling at you.
What is your deal? Oh. What? What? Is it that time? Did Daddy make the mistake of being gone for more than a moment?
Yes.
Check what that is. Is that you, Dennis? Hey, Dennis, I think she's napping. You want me to wake her up? Oh, there she is. Never mind.
I think I'm gonna need you to try to get him out of there.
Try to do what?
Get him out of there because I don't know if he's stuck.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if he's stuck, he'd be thrashing.
Let me move. I'll be right back.
I don't see his tail. I think he's in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about because the bottom's not flush.
Let me know. Hang on, I gotta flip my thing real quick. Let me do that.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
Alright, let's see here. Start the timer again. Hi, everybody. Just a quick interruption while we investigate the case of the missing fish. Fish, fish, fish. Oh, they came out on their own after I lifted it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they were stuck.
I don't think they were stuck, dear.
Cow.
Pretty sure they were not stuck at all.
I didn't know if we were gonna have to put this one in. Okay. There's only so much room to get around my desk here. I'm in a bit of a tight corner. I need to get my coat out of the car. I forgot it's still in there.
Okay.
I don't know where Zuzu's is. Is Zuzu here to go potty?
Hi, Momo. Ready? Hi, Zuzu. You ready too? Come on, Happy Tail.
Oh, are we being happy today?
Not really. Hi, oh, there's the tail. There's the tail.
Momo's very expressive with his tail. Oh, shit, I forgot. I was supposed to, put stuff on you.
Too late. Cow! Jesus, get off my desk.
No, he's been so bad today.
He's being an absolute shit right now. Okay, come on, you two.
Absolutely terrible. He just won't take no for an answer. Russell gets these honey candies from Amazon where it's like a hard honey flavored outside and then there's like honey, like a liquid honey center on the inside. And they come in these very crinkly plastic wrappers. They're individually wrapped. And Cow is fucking obsessed with these wrappers. Like, we have to start making sure that the wrappers get put under lock and key. Pretty much, like, they're either go into like a Ziploc bag if he's not getting up from his desk soon, or something, so he can't, because he will run away with them, and they're plastic. He picks them up, starts chewing on them, and runs away with them. Like, we've had to chase him down like he has prey. Like, you can't eat the plastic, you're gonna effing choke on it. Idiot. The other day, he stole another wrapper from something off of Russell's desk. I'm like, you gotta put this stuff in the trash. He's like, well, I forgot it was there. I'm like, how did you forget it was there? It's right there in front of you. But, oh, he's been so hard-headed about that lately. The cat. About stealing stuff. He used to steal straws out of drinks. Like, don't forget and leave a drink sitting out with a straw in it, because you're gonna either hear a crash from the other room if you've walked away from it, or you will see him running around with it later. Like, he will pull it out of your drink. Can, cup, whatever. He doesn't care if he knocks the drink over and spills it everywhere. He just makes a god-awful mess. So bad. And he keeps trying to climb in our one dish rack and lay on the clean dishes, and I'm like, stop it. All the places that he can go to lay in this house. There's blankets everywhere, there's clothes everywhere. All kinds of happy cat places. No, I'm gonna lay on the clean dishes. I'm like, stop it. Alright, so we're just kind of filling in some background. Misty pink here. Not quite as light of a pink as the sky. It was a little bit darker. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for dinner. I took something out, but I don't know what I'm having with it. I honestly almost want mashed potatoes. But I don't feel like making them from scratch. And I don't know if we even have enough to do that from scratch. It's such a pain in the ass to do them from scratch when you could just heat 2 cups of water and just throw it into the Instant pouch, but I don't think we have any Instant. So I'm probably gonna have to do rice. So was he barking at?
Oh, he's just being happy Wiggles. Barking at Tessa and my aunt and everyone. And the random lady who was pulled over for a Walmart delivery but wasn't sure if this was 218 or 219.
Did she at least have the street right?
Yeah. Hang on, you're gonna get it. Just give me a second. I know the routine. You pee. You're gonna get your goods.
Yes, please make sure they get their treat when they've done what they were supposed to. Yeah, Suzu was bad. He knows that my mother-in-law's sister's dog is in their RV. And so every time he goes out to pee now, he wants to go back there. But God forbid if this dog came in the house, he would lose his mind. Because the last dog, I don't know if it was because it was male or because it was older or towered over him, he lost his shit. He was not happy that this dog towering over him that was fixed, they were both fixed, was in his house. Outside's more of neutral ground, and it's not as quite of a tight space. Inside's something else altogether. This chair is so creaky loud. Okay. I mean, I could do a baked potato, but I don't know. And the dogs are going to be mad that they didn't get rice with their dinner. We're going to do pizza tomorrow night. So I kind of don't want to hold out on them 2 nights in a row. Kind of want mac and cheese, but we don't have any. We used all of it. So dang. Alright, so this is just kind of getting that ground foundation in for what's next. If we can get it tacked in here. That is. Okay, now I'm not gonna worry about this section too much just yet. Alright, what time is it? Okay. I have to watch the time today, so we're still good. Probably have another hour that we can dig around with here. Alright, so that's a little thick. So I'm going to pull out, this is a roving color that I got from a sample set of roving, or just a multicolored bag of roving that I had picked up before I got all of the yarn when I was trying to figure out if this was something I really wanted to do. Alright, now. So if this is going to be up and through here. Alright, I'm going to start this probably about here. Try to get an anchor point in there. How high are we coming? I guess it doesn't matter that much. Because we're gonna keep varying our lengths here. Just so it doesn't become a solid wall of just fluff straight across. I might be a little high in this section. We might end up using both of these colors actually. That didn't sound good. Okay. Just gonna brush that out there. And I'm okay if we use like all of this. I'm more than okay with that. Because that's gonna happen eventually anyway. I kind of wanted these to be a little bit delicate back in here. So I wasn't going to do them too terribly thick, but they are having a little trouble seeing them. So we'll see. What we can do in here. Now I can always come back in with some more white and add some more like cloudy floofs in through here and just extend this section out a little bit. That's fine. Because I do realize we started a little high. If you go to stab into your project and your needle kind of bends just a tiny bit, stop and resettle the needle, because it didn't like something about that. Don't know if that particular fiber section was a little too thick or what, but so my brother, half brother, with the shoes, right? I think I told some of you guys about that. I think I talked about it on stream. We still haven't gotten the shoes. So my mom's like, yeah, I don't know where the hell my shoes are. My mom's mad. I'm like, I really wasn't expecting them. And she goes, that fucker, he said he was going to send me shoes. She's like, I need to remember to ask him about that the next time I talk to him. I'm like, you haven't talked to him since then? She goes, no, but that's not unusual. It's like, okay. And apparently, my cousin came across my other half sibling on Facebook. Except, she was using a fake name. But it was definitely her. She had dyed her hair blonde, but my cousin knew her in an instant because they always ran around. And she was using parts of her previous name, or of her real name, but apparently my cousin tried to message her, and she was instantly blocked, and then, like, the name was adjusted on Facebook again. And my cousin's like, what the fuck? New profile, who's this? I was like, wow. Really? She was always crazy anyway. And then my aunt tried to do the same thing and instantly blocked. I was like, wow. Okay. I mean, I'm not all that surprised because that side of the family is always up in everybody's fucking business and they're always running their mouths about it. So I didn't really want them up in my business, and my mom's like, hey, can your cousin send can your cousin send photos to your email so I can look at them? I'm like, nothing personal, mother. I really don't want them to have my email address. And then Russell goes, why can't they use my dad's? And she's like, oh yeah, I suppose they could. I'm like, yeah, let give them my dad's email, because I just don't want them having mine, because they were all up in my business during previous drama going on in the family, and I'm like, stop it. I'm done with all of yous. I don't need this. I have enough bullshit going on. I don't need anybody else's bullshit. Well, I guess he wasn't hungry or he still hasn't found the food. It's still at the top of the thing, still floating. He's chilling over by the heater now. Alright, so this one's kind of like a grayish, greenish brown. I really wouldn't call, maybe a gray olive if we want to get super fussy. Like none of the bags of colors had names on them. It was just here. Like, oh. Okay. Now, I know this one's not going to be very close to Bob's. I know this. But we're just trying to get the idea in there and see what we can come up with, because this one's been a little bit more difficult to get a handle on. So I'm just gonna brush that down. Now, see, when I put the white through, when it came through the back into the raspberry, it kind of made it like this light purple, but it doesn't do that on the front, just on the back side. Of course it blends better on the back side. Alright, now I'm just doubling this up a little bit because this strand's a little thin. We can kind of see the suggestion of our tree guys here. Starting to merge here. Now I probably should have started these lower and not taken them above this cloud line here, but you know. We're allowed to make it a little bit different. And it doesn't have to be exactly dead on for what we're doing. So it's okay. This piece is going to be really short. Alright, how do we want to handle you? I mean, I could try to... stick you in there, I guess. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. All right. Next, this piece is way too chunky. Still a little chunky. Alright, so let's go with this piece. You alright?
Yeah, just starting to feel the day.
Did you eat?
Yes.
Alright, are you still gonna do RimWorld later?
I'm planning on trying.
Okay.
Oh, fuck my neck.
Do I need to pause and take care of you?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Tell you what, remind me when I'm done.
What's that, dear?
Remind me when I'm done, in case I forget.
Uh-huh. For what?
To put this stuff on your neck?
Oh, for Benga? Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Since I forgot earlier.
It's okay. I'll do.
Like, I'm trying not to cover the clouds entirely. I mean, you can still kind of see them. But like I said, we've got another cloud bank here that's gonna be coming in here and here, so I'll just take it up a little bit higher and over a little bit further when we get to that point. And then that'll take care of that pretty well. So if you're snipping this into place, like if you're snipping your lengths, make sure you go back and tack down your little loose ends that are sticking up from where you snipped. Just to make sure that they don't cause you any problems later. Yes, Harold. Look, Harold. Food. Harold, food. Harold, food. I mean, I think you're able to train goldfish to follow your finger. I don't know how well you can train betta fish. He just looks pissed off at the moment. I'm getting the stare. Did I need to make my mom dinner, or do you know, husband?
Huh?
Do you know if I need to make her dinner?
No, she's got stuff.
Okay.
I checked.
Come on. I'm trying to show you that there's a food pellet above your head. I guess that's going to be a work in progress. We might have to get the shrimp sooner than later. But they're super cheap. Yeah, PetSmart was just out of them. We didn't think to check Petco when we ran over there, because we didn't end up getting the betta there today. Okay, so let's snip that. Okay, I think we're gonna pop up off of the mat just to keep it from getting too lumpy and bumpy and all of the things. So I hope everybody's day went well as can be expected for a Monday. And hopefully y'all don't let the marketing of tomorrow get to you. Treat yourself. Fuck it. Take yourself out for a Valentine's Day dinner. Buy yourself the flowers. Buy yourself the candy. Buy yourself that thing. Whatever that thing is. I don't really wear jewelry. I mean, as you can see, I don't wear my wedding rings because, well, my fingers are too fat for them now. And my replacement one, I got a cheap replacement band to wear. My fingers were swelling and that was getting tight too. And I was like, oh, damn. So I have them on a necklace, but I don't usually wear the necklace. And when I was working at Walmart, it wasn't exactly practical to wear rings on your fingers when you're unloading pallets and throwing stuff in cardboard box balers and dealing with pallet jacks and stuff. It just wasn't safe. So I'd already bent my original wedding band. No. Yes. No. Was it the engagement ring? It was either the engagement ring or the wedding band. I can't remember which one. But I had bent... I almost broke my finger because one of my wedding rings got caught while it was on my hand when I was at the casino in the stupidest way possible. Where I don't even fucking understand how I managed to do this. There was double doors that self-closed, you know, kind of think of like fire exit doors, but not as heavy. But they did have like a push bar, and they were older, from the 80s when the damn property was built, or early 90s, whichever. And there was, it was double, so there was there a bar in the middle? No, there wasn't a bar in the middle. They interlocked into each other. Well, when I pushed the door open, somehow when I moved my hand past the edge of the door, where the little, I don't know what the fuck it's called, the tongue, the little doodle that interlocks with the other one that would like interlock with a faceplate on a normal door to hold it closed. The little metal plate around the piece that held this little bar that would, you know, come in and out. I guess there was a screw on that plate that was loose. And my wedding ring decided to find it, got caught, almost ripped it right off my finger. My finger bent backwards. And, oh, did that hurt. That was some serious pain. Bent my ring. The ring is still bent. Actually, I found those last night when I was cleaning. I thought they were hanging up somewhere else, so I was surprised to see them, because I didn't realize that's where they were. So let's see. Oh, I think I have your wedding ring too.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because you couldn't wear it at Polytech. Because of the machinery. So, yeah. We managed to kind of bend it back a little bit, but, this used to be more round. Like, it was the bottom piece of this that, it got pulled out of shape. And, you can kind of see where it's like it goes boop, boop, instead of being a straight, let me see if I can, oh, you might not be able to see it. It's definitely misshapen there. Oh my god, I can't believe this used to fit me. Wait, left hand? Yeah, no, left hand. Ring finger? Oh no, oh shit. Right, finger's way too small for that now. Or finger's way too big, rather.
Yeah, that's why I never started wearing mine again. By the time I got a Polytech, it would fit properly.
Yeah, I just tried to put mine on and then it got stuck on my knuckle and I was like, oh shit. I almost couldn't get it back off. It's like, oh no. Dear God, no. I don't want to be soaking my hand in dish soap and olive oil or vegetable oil or whatever the hell it is we have. Or the dental floss trick. I don't know if I have enough dental floss to do that. We might have string. Like, we've got sewing thread. Which I guess would be almost the same thing. There's no reason why I don't wear them anymore. They're starting to get tarnished. They need a good cleaning. The band with the stones embedded in it, that was a replacement for the original wedding band. And then there was the engagement ring. I didn't want anything flashy for engagement. Number one, didn't have the money for it. Number two, I'm not that big into jewelry. Number three, I was working retail on a cash register all day. One of my coworkers, who was also doing the same position as me, had this flashy diamond sitting on top of her wedding band, or her engagement band, or whatever. She had some kind of ring with a flashy diamond on it. Sat up real high off of the band in this setting that was like cradling it. One day, I hear her go, "Oh God, my diamond's missing." It fell into a customer's bag while she was bagging stuff, and she didn't notice until like a couple of hours later. And I'm like, that's why we don't wear expensive jewelry doing this job. Because I'm a klutz, and I knew what would happen. I was constantly banging my hands on stuff, getting caught on stuff. I'm like, yeah, nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. We know ourselves well enough to make sure that we avoid that situation. Okay. So our tree line's not quite as filled in as his, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Because, like I said, we're gonna have other cloudy things in here. And that's okay. Just a little bit more sparse up here. The Forest Service came through and culled some trees, that's all. Got rid of some of the dead ones. If we have to come up with some sort of story here. Let's pop that guy up, and we'll rebrush that down. Alright, so I mean you can kind of see our trees starting to fill in here. I mean this almost feels too thick, but then again, we've been doubling it up, which will probably be the same thickness in the end. So maybe we just won't have to double this guy. I mean, that's possible. Oh, come on. Snippy, snippy. The fiberies. Alrighty. So we'll get that in there. Still need to come back in and add a little bit in there, but I think I want to add a little bit of cloud there before I lay a couple of these in there. Oh my god, that's somebody's car stereo. Jesus. Like, I thought it was just somebody's car engine. I was like, man, that doesn't sound good. And then it got louder and loud. No, it's somebody's bass in their car. For fuck's sake. How can that be comfortable to listen to at that volume? I don't understand. Because it's that loud for me. And I'm inside my house and the window is shut. Okay? I just don't understand. And again, I'm slightly sound sensitive, so sounds are just much too loud. Much too loud. Hi, Harold. You're still staring at me, buddy. How about you come eat? Come on. Come on. Look. Look. Food. There's food. Just looked up and I'm just have a fish staring at me and be like, okay. I mean, I don't know if you can actually see through the glass right now because it's a little reflective on the inside. Certain ways that we look at it, but I don't know what he sees. He must see something because when I put my finger up there, he kind of like flinched back a little bit. Hi. Yes, hello. Could you like come eat, please? Or are you not hungry? I just don't think you've found it yet. We have bloodworms from the crabs, so we can give him one or two every so often as a treat as well. I should probably move the mirror that we bought at the Dollar Tree. We're not gonna leave it visible to him at all times. Just sometimes. Has a little tiny stand on it. I feel like I'm being judged. I think my fish is judging me. And I don't know if I should be concerned. Can fish judge you? I don't know. Is he curious about what I'm doing? Does he even see me sitting here? All great mysteries. Very great mysteries indeed. Oh, he must have gotten bored looking at me. Before he walked away to go get a bubble of air. There is a gap of air at the top. It's not water straight up to the top. Haven't seen him bubble nesting yet, but that's fine. I had one beta that's all they did all the time was making these bubble nets. I hated disturbing it whenever water change day came. I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy, but I need to change the water. And check on your plant. You found the food! Yay! Oh, is the food pellet too big? Hey, husband.
Huh?
Are we able to cut the food pellet in half?
Not really. Why?
'Cause he ate it and spat it out twice.
Okay, maybe he doesn't like it
then.
Now, did you add a new one or is it an old one?
No, it's that one that you put in.
Okay. Maybe he just really doesn't like that.
Like, he ate it, and it looked like he was trying to chew it, and then, boop, out it went.
I'll tell you what, man.
Are you not happy with that? That's all I have.
I have bloodworms.
Yeah, but that's not gonna do long term.
Well, it'll do for today to make sure he's eating something.
'Cause he spat it out and it sunk to the bottom. So doing these little tree line things where you have to keep snipping to size, it is a little time consuming. Like, he just kind of accidentally saw it, so.
Yeah, it might be a minute before he sees that.
And then he went back to sitting there judging me.
Like I said, we'll see what happens.
Like, I don't know, it almost looked like it was too big.
Maybe it was. Well, let me see the food pellet container. I wonder if I can crush this.
It did look like he was trying to eat it.
It is awful hard.
That's why I wasn't sure if we should go with flakes or not, but you didn't like flakes.
Yeah, these are awful hard, so I don't know.
And that one had been soaking in the water for a while.
Let's see if he notices the other thing.
Alright, so let's flip that up. Harold. Harold. Go get your bloodworm, because I think that will sink. Alright, so I do have some gaps in here. I don't know if I'm gonna come back and fill some of those in, maybe. I mean, we could. We have more than enough of this to do so. It's not like I'm that worried about running out of this. So again, if you're new here, Harold is the new beta fish. His photo should be on the Twitter timeline. From a couple of hours ago. We don't have the we can't find the webcam yet, the second webcam. So, and I need this webcam so you guys can see what we're doing. I do have a photo. I mean, I guess I could pop the photo up here. It'll take me a minute to set up. I'm sorry I didn't end up coming back to do a second stream last night for Planet Zoo. I wasn't feeling that great, and I had all kinds of stuff I had to get done. I needed to get work done on a blog post guide. I needed to, I had a shit ton of dishes to catch up. And I also needed to clean to make room for Harold, so stuff had to get reorganized. Let's see, image. Oh, that's a big image. Well, I guess we can resize it here. Let me see. Where are the? For some reason you didn't go to the very top. There you are. Alright, this is probably going to be huge. Oh, that is tremendously huge. We've got to resize that down. Oop. Why did you put this in so bigly? So bigly. Why? Holy crap. OBS, why? Why did you do this? Nope, nope, nope. There was no reason for this to be this big. And I can't just... Oh god, this is gonna take 20 minutes. What the hell? There he is. That's a very large photo of him. It doesn't fully fit on the screen, but there's Harold. So his body's like an aqua kind of turquoisey light bluish color, and then his fins go out into like a reddish orange at the tips. Did you find your bloodworms? I don't see them. But I don't know if that meant that you ate them. I lost track of them. Because now he's looking around at the top, and I don't see them. But the filter, this little 3-gallon tank has a filter, and the filter could have made them sink. Well, I guess it's alright. Okay, so that's Harold. A very large image of Harold. Probably too large. I just didn't want to fight with zooming it down any further. Ah, yes, all of the loud vehicles are joining in now. All the ones that missed out earlier. Now, if our little strands fan out at the top, that's fine. It'll look more tree line-esque. Not a huge deal. Not really. But do try to get some height variation so it doesn't just look like one solid strip of color. Well, it could be a little thinner in some spots, a little thicker in others, you know. Kind of do a little taller, a little shorter, a little taller. You know, just mix it up. Alright. I mean, you don't have to like mix up everyone, but you know, maybe gradually do it here and there. Like, it doesn't have to be like painstakingly lengths to be gone to. Like, you don't need to be sitting there with a ruler measuring out every single one. Oh goodness, I suddenly feel like I want to sneeze, but it's not like fully there yet. It's like that pre-sneeze where nose is like, hey, I'm getting a little itchy. I'm getting a little burny. We might be sneezing, and you're like, no. And then it fakes you out and goes away. And then comes back later with like no warning. And then you throw your back out kind of sneeze. Those are always fun. Not really, but they can happen. I've definitely experienced a couple of those. Okay. Get in, I think, at least one more on this end here. Would probably be ideal. And then I might come back through and just fill in some of those sections where they could be a little bit thicker. That I'm just gonna kind of fold back down. And re-smooth. Okay. Alrighty, just gonna tuck our tails over. So I'll see about getting some recording done on that challenge zoo this week. I can't say for sure when that's gonna happen though, because I now have this other project that's gonna take a little bit more precedence. To get that sorted. And it's kind of one of those things that's gonna be quite a bit of work, and I just want to get it done while I'm not really wanting to work on it, but begrudgingly willing to work on it, shall we say. Like, I know it needs to be done, so all the, I guess the will to do so is still there. I guess is the phrasing that we'll go with. Right, let's get that in there. I mean, this is still a little thin over in here. I kind of feel like I need at least one more. I don't know, something about it just looks a little off with that much cloud in there. I mean, it does kind of give it a slightly variegated feel to it. So it's not all bad. I mean, it does kind of work to our advantage a little bit. Alright, so that's pretty good. I have a couple of bigger gaps in here that I'm not quite pleased with, so we will see about that. Do you have another one of those bloodworms? Because I don't know if he ate the other two.
Sorry, what was that?
I don't see the bloodworm, but I don't know if he ate it, and he's right up here at the top near the feeding door looking up at it.
Okay. Let's see if he notices food from above.
But I don't know if the filter knocked the other one away before he had the chance to. Hi, I'm being stared at again. He reminds me of one of the Yip monsters from Sesame Street with the way he opens his mouth. And now he turns away and ignores it. Oh, the filter, it's right up on the filter line now. I don't know if it's, is it gonna push away?
Don't know.
Got one spot on that, or on this piece. I don't know if it's the piece or the mat, where it's like not wanting to move. So strange. Oh no, what was that?
Oh, it was that cardboard falling down behind me.
Well, that sounded like your phone fell out of your pocket on top of it. Oh my goodness. Wake up, everybody. Okay, the filter finally pushed it away. It started to sink, but it came back up, so we'll see. At least it's not up against the filter now, like the water outflow. I have no idea where the water intake is on this filter.
It's on the bottom.
Is it?
Yep.
It's a very tiny filter. It's a very tiny tank. We will see how things go. Now there are live plants in there, so I'll have to figure out how much overhead lighting they're gonna need. So we don't want them to get too much. I don't know if there's an on-off switch for this light, though, actually, now that I think about it. Was there an on-off switch on the light?
Sorry, what was that?
Was there an on-off switch?
Yeah.
Okay. Husband set the tank up, so I don't know. I was guarding the fish cup because Cal was getting very intrigued by it. Yes, Harold, I'm talking about you. There's another bloodworm up around those leaves if you're still hungry. I never thought I would ever be sitting here feeling like I'm being judged by a betta fish. It's kind of weird. I rescued you from that cup, buddy. It's gotta count for something, right? I mean, granted, I don't know what size his previous home was before he ended up in the cup, but I imagine it wasn't much bigger. Alright, so we're getting that pretty well filled in there. Alright, there's only a few little bits of length left on that one, so I'm actually gonna flip that one upside down and re-tack it so I don't have to cut just that little tiny piece. Alright, so I'm thinking maybe just a little bit more over in here just to fill that in. It's still a little open in there. We might save that other color for down in here and in here. But we will see how that goes. Alright, so snippy snips. Alright. We'll get this one. Did we have mashed potatoes?
Huh?
Did we have mashed potatoes?
I have no idea.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I feel like we don't, but I've been surprised before. Okay. this one in here. So then this piece, is gonna come in over here. Okay, not bad. I think I just want a couple more bits right in there. And then I think we'll be good in that section. Alright, so we didn't lose the clouds too much over there. Which is what I was sort of concerned with. We did lose some of our tree bits in here though. They kind of don't look like they exist in that section. Like they were kind of there over the clouds, but in the pink spot, they all just kind of melted away there. So let's see if we can just tap that in a little bit more in that spot. So we'll snip that, and then this guy we'll put right in here. So my friend, or well really our friend Tyler, sent us a trailer for something called Paint, and he thought it was gonna be like a Bob Ross bio movie. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. I mean, it's obviously implied to be him, but I almost feel like it seems more like dramatic parody than a biopic, is what it kind of felt like. I could be wrong, but it definitely didn't feel completely like a biopic. It was interesting. And I don't know, it just left me with the mental feeling of, oh my. Didn't quite know what to make of that. Not for certain, at least. I mean, most likely loosely based on it, but Like, all right then. That didn't sound good. Sound like she dropped something. Alright, so I think that's probably... Well, you know what? We just have this little bit left. We should probably just kind of give that a home. And finish filling that in to there. Uh-oh. Harold looked like he was moving with purpose, so I thought maybe he had spotted the bloodworm. But perhaps not. Because he went right by it. Okay, so I think we're gonna stop there for today. I kind of need to go see about figuring out dinner because I'm getting pretty hungry. So, not terrible. I am contemplating putting another cloud in here, which we might. Don't know yet. And
I'm at least 70% sure he just ate something.
Well, the bloodworm's over here, so I don't know what the hell he ate.
Let's see the other pellet. I dropped 2 pellets in.
He's been going up and like doing like a breath of air every so often.
Okay.
Or trying to do a bubble or something.
Dunk.
He definitely saw my finger that time because he's backing up. But yeah, so we're gonna call it a day there. Let's see, is anybody...
I'm just gonna hop over to the other room. You let me know when it's like 10 till.
10 till?
8. 10 till 8 for my stream.
Oh, you don't need dinner?
No, I had chicken sandwich a little while ago.
Okay, I'm surprised you're visiting her since you're sleeping in there tonight.
Yeah, I'm still.
Alright. Alright, so yeah, well, we're just gonna end that there tonight. I don't really have anybody on my list that looks like they are going right now. So we will call it there. I thank you guys for hanging out with me this afternoon. And hearing about the tales of Harold, who's back to staring at me. No stream for Tuesday or Wednesday. Husband has a RimWorld stream tonight at 8 p.m. Central. If you would like to go and check him out, we'll go ahead and give his channel a shout out here. So that should be tonight at 8 p.m. Central-ish. And I should be back on Thursday here with some Coral Island and maybe a double header with some Planet Zoo later. We'll see how I'm feeling. And then Friday we have our solo Planet Zoo stream that we're working on. And then nothing on Saturday. And then Sunday and next Monday we'll be back to working on this guy. So, I mean, he's going to be a little bit slow because there's large chunks of color to fill in here. But we're not doing too bad. So, on Sunday, when we come back in, we'll start filling in this cloud row here. I think I want to put, like, another, like, white cloud section in here. It feels too much. I feel like we need something in here. So, we'll fill out some cloud there, some cloud in here, and then we'll start putting in a few more tree guys in here, and then we'll start filling in this section with our other trees, and those other trees we'll probably do in this color, which is more of a brownish green, and this is more of like an olive gray. This is more of like a brownish olive, I guess. It's a little bit darker. So that's the plan. Again, thank you guys. Thanks for the resubs, Zorts. Appreciate it. You guys, I hope you have a good week. Hang in there. And until next time, have a good one.